Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Alex here. If you've never seen these big old cheeks before, I do make fashion, lifestyle, and beauty content here on this channel. So that's something that you're interested in. Do go ahead and hit that subscribe button before you leave. But for today's video, I really wanted to share with you guys my everyday makeup routine right now for what my skin is going through. I am dealing with, I have no idea what I'm dealing with at all. What's occurring. So if I know what's occurring, then I know that I can handle that. And that is that I'm having dry patches and I'm having flaky skin. Skin is lifting off and just fluttering away like I feel like a lizard or a snake that's shedding its skin. That's the kind of flaking that I'm having. Like it's just peeling off and just going away, and I have no clue what's happening. The dry areas on my face, you probably noticed it. It's around my mouth, it's on my eyes, it's on my eyebrows, it's on my forehead, it's everywhere. I don't know what's happening. I have yet to see a specialist. I am waiting for a specialist to call me so that we can talk about what's happening. I went to a doctor the first sign I noticed it, and she told me that it was eczema. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I know I have eczema in my family, and use the eczema medicine, and it came back tenfold everywhere. Like when it first started, it wasn't on my face, it was just around my neck and my arm and my leg, and now it's all over my face. And I'm a beauty influencer, so you guys know, like, so I was like, I started to feel really down about it, but then I was like, you know what? I know that there's probably somebody that is probably dealing with the same thing, or is probably just as confused as I am, you know, loving makeup in a way that your face and your body is telling you can't wear it, and I'm not a big fan of the word can't. So I know that there are products out there that can help me and that can make me look just as flawless as I am today. So I want to share with you how I got this look and what I've been doing since I have basically been handling the situation on my own. So yeah, let's get into today's video. Okay, so let's get started. So as you can see, I've got a whole lot of stuff happening on my face with this unknown thing that I'm dealing with, this unknown level of dryness. So most of it is around the mouth, it's on the left side of my lip, and also on my eyelids. Both eyelids have this dryness and flaking and peeling, but it's mostly the right eye that has it. It's discoloration, as you can probably see on the lids. It looks like really dark discoloration, so that's what we have going on. And then it's in the middle of my eyebrows, up here, a little bit on underneath the chin. There's one more big one right here, and then one big one right here. Like it's a bunch of dry patch spots. So that's really what I'm dealing with. A lot of hypo pigmentation right here from the dry area because it's constantly peeling. It's consistently peeling off every single day. But I just wanted to share again how I do my makeup if I have to sit down for a Zoom meeting, or basically an everyday thing, something really quick and simple to do. First thing I did this morning before I put on my skincare was I did exfoliate, gentle exfoliator, but I still get, like, the dryness still happens. That doesn't stop it. It minimizes how much comes up, but it doesn't really stop it. But the thing that has been helping me a lot is this Tatcha serum stick. Absolutely amazing for what I'm going through right now. So what I do, gonna put it on the lid, and I like the fact that I can just pat it out. I can pat this and smooth this out, and it gives me the moisture that I need in the areas that are dry or that have the most dryness or flakiness or whatever is happening. It just makes sure that the area isn't super dry, and then whatever I put there, it's really gonna stay. So it's just another level of moisture for me. And that's what's been really helping and working, is wherever I see the dryness, I just go in with the Tatcha serum stick and handle that, making sure that everything is moisturized properly. I've been super big on moisture since I've been going through this and just really looking at products that provide moisture but still give me the versatility where it's not greasy, if that makes sense. So that is on. And the next thing that's been super duper helpful has been this Caudalie spray. This is their grape water spray. It soothes, it's hydrating, and it's very, very refreshing. I do get carried away with that because it feels really cooling on the skin. It feels really, really good. Now you can put the water on before or after you put on the Tatcha stick. To me, it didn't matter when I put it on, as long as I put it on. Like that's the biggest thing with everything. So I just dry. I can just, sometimes I spray it and leave it and do other things, but just for the purposes of today's video, I'm just gonna hand dry this. I do need one of those little fan dryer things. I like those. So, okay. So as this dries, this will be the time when I'm like, okay, what primer do I want to use? I still use primer, but I use 2 of them. And the first one I use is my Makeup Forever Shine Control one. And then I've also been loving the NYX Marshmallow Primer. It's really, really good. It does help me with my pore area, so that's exactly where the NYX Marshmallow one goes. I don't use a lot of this. Tiny bit does the job. So you saw how much that spread, right? I just used a tiny bit and it really gets in there and handles the pores. So anywhere where you have pore action happening, that's where I put that. And then for the Shine Control one is where I get shiny, obviously. Like, even though I'm going through this dryness, I still get oily. Like that has not changed about my skin. Now for foundation, what I have been noticing that's been doing well on my skin is the Fenty Beauty. This is their Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Foundation. I'm in the shade 420 and it's been behaving so far. I know I probably have to switch out my foundation as well to accommodate my skin, but right now this has been doing pretty good. So I've been really enjoying it a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my foundation down.
Life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see that I was sick at heart and I am in deep debt? The climb we did was unreal. You made me so speechless. I just can't believe it. You broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. Ooh, I was my own enemy. Screamed out.
Moving on to concealer. Foundation is on already. I'll move on to concealer. I've been really enjoying this one by Hourglass. This is the Hourglass, I think this is their Vanish concealer, and I have the color Maple. I thought Maple was going to be too light, but it's actually really good. What I like about this concealer is that it moves around when I move it around and then it stays put. But it's also very moisturizing to me. It's not cakey in any way, so it's good that I don't get cake with a, you know, skin problem that's caking on its own. So yeah, I think that's the thing that I really like about this the most. And it does what a concealer is supposed to do. It brightens my under eye, makes me look lifted and awake, that kind of thing.
Because it felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the zone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You got.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get these brows done. I have really been liking this HUDA Beauty Bomb Brow Pencil. It's very quick in what it does. It lays the color down really quickly, and it's not like, how do you say, like, it really fills in my brows effortlessly. Like, I don't have to work hard at all. I don't have to press the pencil hard, but it's not waxy and slippery, if that makes sense. So I really like this formula. The pencil's really thin, so you can really get in there and fill in your brows and it not look fake. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and then get into what I've been doing for my eyes. Now that the brows are on, it's really time to set the under eye. I normally would set it once I put it on, but I wanted to get my brows done and out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it using my Mercier Translucent powder in the shade Honey. Everything is set under the eye area, and I did set up here a little bit. So before I set anywhere else, I need to get my eye color on, and what I've been really liking is the Danessa Myricks Colorfix. This is the cream color liquid pigment. This is the matte liquid pigment for lip, cheek, and eye color, and the color that I got is Celebration. Celebration looks like this. It's like a metallic-y brown. It's like a nudie color. It's so pretty, like I can't even explain it to you, that little dot right there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that all over my eyes. And you can use your fingers for this. I prefer a brush. I blended out the color so you can see it. It's like a taupey brown, but it does have this beautiful metallic finish to it. Like I said, you can definitely use your fingers. Fingers are probably preferred. But just for today, I'm gonna use a brush to show you how I do this. Now, I use my same press and slide using this. I don't go back and forth because of how the skin is lifting every single time I touch it. So to avoid any more disruption, I literally just press and slide this. Now, if you didn't want to do a color, you could literally just leave it as I had it with just the foundation on top and then set that and you'd be good to go. But I just wanted some dimension, and this is what I've been doing every time that I put on makeup, just to help me, you know, not see the flaking as it happens, even though my glasses kind of hide it sometimes. If I just want a little bit of zhuzh and glam, then I would go ahead in with this. Like I said, she has a ton of different colors, and this has made me fall in love with like liquid shadow. I didn't even think that I would really like liquid shadow that much, because I always felt liquid shadow would be like messy and I'd have a problem blending it, but this gives me absolutely no trouble at all. At all. So it just looks like I have something happening under my eyes, which is exactly what I want. And then I just take a little bit more. You really don't need a lot of this on like a smoky pointed pencil brush. And then I just go under on that lower lash line there with the color. Just to have some uniformity to the look. You don't have to do this, but I do. I don't know. For me, it just brings everything together, and I really, really, really like that. So, yeah, eyes are done. Hi, Future Alex here, checking in for this video. I am filming on my Sony camera now because my big camera is dead. I'm not sure if I told you guys that. But I don't know where the footage went of me using my powder puff, but I just want to chime in and say I use my Mercier Translucent setting powder in medium deep to set, along with the Mercier, their large powder puff. So that's what I use to set all of my face. Yeah, because it looks like I just randomly talked about using a powder puff. So I just wanted to chime in and tell y'all what I used. So, powder's on. I really love the finish that a puff gives me. Even though I love a good brush, but a puff really helps you to not exasperate or to not like lift up those areas that are flaking up. If you use a powder brush and you go in and swirl, all of that powder color is going to catch on to the dry areas, and then they're going to just be lifting and everywhere, and it's going to look a mess. So I'm happy with my color on my eyes. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is curl my lashes. I still curl my lashes. Love doing this. I've also been taking a break from the falsies because of the lifting. Once I get the skin lifting under control, I want to go ahead and get back into my falsies. I love my falsies. Y'all know I love a good lash, and for me to not have that has really been really been rough for me. So I've just been enjoying my regular lashes. I love them too, but nothing beats like a false lash any day. A false lash to me just takes the look to another level. Even if it's for every day, I just feel like a good false lash is amazing. But for what I'm handling right now, this is fine because it's every day. And I think even if you want to wear your own lashes, just curling them helps too. Because my lashes, some of my lashes grow down. So it always looks like they're not really there because they're not up and awake and looking, you know, all bright and stuff. So that's how that's gonna look once I do that. Now I know there's some people who like go ahead and curl right after doing this. I can't do that because I always find like my lash curler gets stuck. It's very annoying. Like I think I put on too many coats of mascara and then like it never dries fast enough. So that's that. But I think it looks cool. It looks good. So after that, while I'm letting my mascara dry, some people might freak out, but I go in with my bronzer. And I love my Hoola bronzer from Benefit, but this one from Nars has really been pulling me in, and it looks really good on the skin. This is the Nars matte bronzer in Quirimba. I hope I'm saying that right, or Quirimba. Hope I'm saying it right. This is what it looks like. It looks really red, but it's actually really good. Like when I first saw it in the pan, I remember being like, oh, what is this? So yeah, this video really feels like I'm just doing a first impressions of all the things, but it's not a first impressions. Like I've been using them for a while. Like look how deep that color is. So nice, right? Using them for a while, and I really like how they look on my skin in my skin's current state, if that makes sense. So they're playing nice with all the products. They're really making me feel beautiful, and I've been struggling with that a bit lately while dealing with this thing, because there's nothing worse than getting diagnosed with one thing and then it turning out to not be that, and you're still in the mode of I have no clue what's happening with my skin. That is where I'm at. I'm still waiting to see a specialist and to figure out what's happening, what's going on. Like I just want to know so that I could be better at dealing with everything. But I really like this bronzer. It's very, very beautiful. I'm probably using a brush that's way too small, but I don't want to use a brush too much. Like that's why I'm using a smaller one, because I really don't want to wake up any more of the flakes. Like I've already woken up some around here. I don't need to wake up anything else. Now for blush, I'm going to be using this one from MAC. This released during their spring collection. Love this one. It's Under My Plum Extra Dimension Finish Blush. I love this. And I'm just using a pointed blush brush from Moda. You already know I love Moda brushes. And I really love a good pointed blush brush because it's pointed. And it really gets in there. When I do my figure 8, it just looks really, really good, as opposed to a regularly domed kind of brush. Now you can, for what I'm going through, it would probably be best to use like a liquid blush, you know, a cream, bronzer, things like that. But I still want to use my powdered stuff, and I feel like if you're just really gentle, you can get away with it, and it still looks good. Now I chose this particular one because of the sheen to the Extra Dimension blushes. And so what that does for me is that it helps me not to need a highlighter. Like I don't need a highlighter when I use these because of that extra sheen. It looks really good and it's really, really pretty. So it does still give you that glow, and it looks really, really good. Because I use that cream or liquid shadow, I need to get rid of the mascara that's left. So same old trick. You go in, you use your Q-tip to get rid of it. Now, yeah, just go in, take your Q-tip, get rid of it, and go back in with a brush with a little spoolie and fix the lashes, because they're not dry yet, but I need to get rid of this. And I think it looks good for every day. I really, really like this. Looking great. So for my lips, this is a lip combination that I have been obsessed with. If you watch me on my reels on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram and you watch my reels, you would have seen this lip combination. It is my MAC Cork Lip Pencil paired with the Maybelline Lip Lifter Gloss, and this is in the shade Petal. Absolutely favorite thing right now. And you probably noticed as I've been talking, I have a crack. That happens. It's been happening since I've been going through this, like every time. Ugh, it's so annoying. But to handle that and my moisture levels, I'm going to be using my Fresh, which one is this? This is my Fresh Advanced Therapy lip treatment. I really like this. Now I'm going to take it on my finger. I'm not gonna put it directly on my lip, just on my finger. I think having this dryness on my lip has been one of the worst parts too. Like my eyelid is a bad part, but on the lip is worse because I talk. Like I have to talk, right? And so it's a consistent cracking. It's very painful, but I'm okay. It's very painful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tweezer, and where the crack was, I'm just gonna gently take the skin off. I'm sorry if this is grossing you out, but this is what I've been dealing with, and I didn't wanna not come and share like makeup things with you guys just because I'm going through this, because you know, I want y'all to know what's happening. I want you to see what's going on, and if you know this video can help somebody else, then I'm cool with that. Okay, I don't want to pick too much off. I just want to make sure that it's picked off enough that it's like when I put the gloss on, it's not going back into the gloss. It's gross. So I just want to make sure I picked off enough, like whatever is big enough to fall off, I don't want it. So lip liner, going in with that. Lip liner's on, going in with the gloss. I really like this gloss, one, because it's plumping, not plumping like hurt you plumping, but it gives you the illusion of having really plump lips. It looks amazing, guys. You have no clue. So let's go in. This looks so good. I love this. And it lasts a long time. Like, of course, if you eat, it's gonna like, you know, move, but it looks really good. Like if you ever had a gloss where you talk and it disappears, this is not one of those. It looks great. Now that that's on, I want to go in and do my lower lash line, because now my top lashes should be done. Normally you do, when you do your top, you do your bottom, but I've been waiting lately. I don't know why. I've just been waiting to do it. Like it's the final thing. Like not even my gloss is my final, like this is my final. Once that's sprayed, that helps with any dusty looking, you know, overly powdered look that I might have, which I didn't really have, but I really love how the setting spray just makes my skin look. It's gorgeous. So if anything during the day, if I need a little touch up, I do have my Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation from Fenty. It has helped me in areas that I'd be like, okay, I'm out or whatever, and I just look in the mirror to say touch up my gloss, and I notice that there's a piece like here. If, you know, Lisa's skin decide to flake off and it's bothering me, I like that there's a little sponge inside and I can just dip a little bit of the powder, go in there and really catch that piece so everything still looks cohesive and it doesn't look like, oh, there's one brown spot that's like, oh, did she miss her foundation? So I really like that about this. It does cover really, really well. And with anything flaky, you definitely, like I said, you cannot like swipe and swirl and all that stuff. Like you really have to pat to get it in there. But normally I don't have that much of a problem if I can see like maybe 1 or 2 places where the skin lifted off. If it's not a huge spot, then I just leave it alone. I don't go over it again with foundation, but that's just something to think about. So yeah, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate every single one of you that sit here and watch my videos and support me through affiliate links or any way, just by watching my content, liking a photo, liking a post, sharing it. I just really appreciate you guys, and I thank you so much for continuing with me on this journey, and I will see you in my next video super duper soon. If you do have any questions, as always, leave me a comment down below. Comment something, like this video, share it, and I'll see you in my next one really, really soon. Mwah. Bye.